When the topic of the lifestyles of the rich and famous comes up, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Aside from the array of expensive toys and all the luxuries money can buy, it also comes into consideration what would be considered the richest neighborhoods in America. Stretching across from the eastern shores, dancing along the Atlantic to the Hawaiian Islands and the Pacific to the west, there is so much ground to cover that is catered to all sorts of lifestyles, regardless of class level. However, among the wealthiest citizens calling America their home, most of them tend to live in communities that are so far beyond the price range of the average homeowner that only the richest of the rich can afford it. In almost every case, these communities are either gated or heavily guarded to ensure the neighborhood is kept safe, as there are many celebrities as well as prominent businessmen and politicians who reside in some of these communities. So without wasting much time, let us dive into the list of the top 15 richest neighborhoods in America. Number 15, Hills of Summerlin, Las Vegas, Nevada, $372,000. On average, a resident living in the Hills of Summerlin neighborhood of Corte Bella has an annual income of $372,000. This gated community is located in Las Vegas that has houses no less than 2,000 square feet in size and starts at the bargain basement price of $300,000. This is the neighborhood O.J. Simpson lives in, along with several professional athletes, politicians, and even the infamous magicians David Copperfield and Penn Jillette. Number 14, Short Hills, Milburn Township, New Jersey, $380,000. On average, a citizen living in the neighborhood of Short Hills makes $380,000 per year. The vast majority of the people who live here have at least a bachelor's degree in something that has placed them in jobs paying well enough so they can afford to live in the most expensive neighborhood belonging to the state of New Jersey. Short Hills is an unincorporated neighborhood in Milburn Township, Essex County, New Jersey. Short Hills has a population of around 13,000 people. These days it takes at least $2 million in investment to live in this area, in addition to the majority of residents being top executives for some type of corporation. There are several world-class athletes, fashion designers, and entertainers who live here. Number 13, Windmill Ranch Estates, Weston, Florida, $380,000. With a median income of nearly $380,000 per household, to simply buy a home in Windmill Ranch Estates, you will need at least $1 million to do it. Weston is just west of Fort Lauderdale with a population of just under 70,000 people. Many professional athletes, entertainers, and even politicians live in this pricey neck of the woods. Number 12, Beverly Hills, California, $400,000. Beverly Hills has been designated as the ultimate example of luxury living in movies, television, and for real. The median income in Beverly Hills is just under the $400,000 mark and remains one of the favorite neighborhoods for celebrities living in the Los Angeles area. This neighborhood's Rodeo Drive is world-renowned for its designer shops, as is the Golden Triangle. There are over 32,000 people who can afford to live here, but don't be fooled by the numbers. It is not cheap to buy a home or even to live here. Some of the biggest names in entertainment call this place home, and most of them certainly know how to live up to the rich and famous lifestyle that was once a television show. Number 11, Brookville, Oyster Bay, Long Island, New York, $400,000. Ever since the founding of America itself as a nation, New York City has been the hotbed of activity that was destined for greatness. Does it come as any surprise one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the USA just happens to be near the city that never sleeps? With an average household income of $400,000 per year, the real estate in Long Island's most expensive neighborhood clearly suggests nothing comes cheap. Brookville is considered a quiet community with its collection of upscale businesses and designer shopping malls. Although Oyster Bay is considered to have its township, it's still just a stone's throw away from New York City. Maybe in Brookville one can get some sleep compared to city living, but it will certainly cost you to do so. People who live in this neighborhood include Angie Dickinson, Mark Anthony, and several top-ranking politicians and dignitaries. Number 10, Southampton, Hamptons, New York, $400,000. At the median income of at least $400,000 per household, this is needed to call Southampton, Hamptons of New York your home and get away with it. Already with a reputation for its beauty between the beaches and high-end boutiques, even just vacationing in Southampton fetches a monthly rental fee of $1 million American dollars. Michael J. Fox is one of many high-profile neighbors who call Southampton home, as well as a long list of artists, athletes, and politicians. Number 9, Burr Ridge Club, Chicago, Illinois, $425,000. The average median is about $425,000 among the residents of Burr Ridge Club. Located just west of Chicago, Illinois, this is one of America's most beautiful communities. The majority of its residents prefer a quiet yet luxurious lifestyle that doesn't come cheap. The city of Chicago has over 3 million people and is the third most populous city in the nation. In Burr Ridge, there are about 11,000 citizens, including Bo Jackson and Jennifer Hudson. Number 8, Los Altos Hills, San Jose, California, $425,000. The average house here goes for about $5 million, and the average median per household is over the $425,000 mark. The co-founder of Yahoo, Jerry Yang, is one of the neighbors who call this place home, as well as several top-ranking employees of Apple since its headquarters are nearby. This is also one of the strictest residential communities, as it does not allow retail outlets of any kind here. This is so the neighborhood of approximately 8,000 residents can keep its quiet setting and enjoy the private horseback rides at its West Wind Community Barn. Number 7. Cherry Hills Village, Denver, Colorado, $430,000. The population of Cherry Hills Village is about 6,000 people, and the median income sits around $250,000 per household. To buy a house here, expect to fork out almost $3 million. This is also the home of 2 major PGA championships, as well as several athletes that love to live here, including Chris Brewer and David Duval. With the scenery of mountains and so much more, Colorado is one of the most scenic states in America. This is why it has become one of the most desirable places to live. Number 6. Hillsborough, California, $430,000. South of San Francisco, California, San Mateo County's Hillsborough has an impressive layout of mansions, and the real estate in this neighborhood doesn't come cheap. On average, each household earns about $430,000 annually. Some of the most impressive architectural designs can be found here. Among the 11,000 residents, notable residents who called Hillsborough their home include a long list of professional athletes like Greg Maddux, as well as notable businessmen like LinkedIn CEOs Ryan Rolansky. Number 5. Scarsdale, New York City, New York, $450,000. Located in Westchester County of New York City, this is considered one of the richest communities on the East Coast. The average median per household is over $450,000. Here you will find an impressive list of celebrities like Rob Reiner and Susan Lucci, as well as prominent businessmen, lawyers, and politicians. Number 4. Everglades Club, Palm Beach, Florida, $470,000. On average, the household income among the residents of the Everglades Club is almost $470,000. This is one of the most prominent social clubs in America, if not the world. What originally started out as a hospital location for wounded World War I veterans quickly became one of the hottest real estate spots after the war was over. Granted, this is called a club, but it belongs to Palm Beach, which is not just Florida's most prominent community, but serves as the home for some of the wealthiest Americans on the planet. Number 3. The Golden Triangle, Greenwich, Connecticut, $510,000. From Greenwich, Connecticut, the Golden Triangle has earned its name as one of America's wealthiest neighborhoods. The average household income is over $510,000 and has the most amount of hedge fund managers and financiers in the nation. In some cases, there are arguments its residents are even wealthier than the men and women living in Billionaires Row. The long and impressive list of notable names that call Greenwich and its Golden Triangle home also includes former presidents of the United States, as well as a flurry of big-name actors like Mel Gibson and Adam Sandler. Number 2. West Menlo Park, Atherton Town, California, $525,000. Atherton Town's West Menlo Park has residents who average about $525,000 per household. The huge majority of its citizens hold at least a bachelor's degree, and many of them came from Stanford University, which is located nearby. This community has about 4,000 residents, including notable residents like Fleetwood Mac's Stevie Nicks and Google's founding investor Ram Shriram. Number 1. Tribeca, New York City, New York, $879,000. Tribeca has the most expensive zip code in the country. Located in New York City's Lower Manhattan, Tribeca houses some of the richest residents not just in America, but in the world. The old-style homes in this urbanized neighborhood of Manhattan Island's splendor are a stark contrast to Billionaires Row. Both of these locations have the most expensive real estate in the market, where a penthouse costing over 10 million American dollars to buy is now considered common. The residents of Tribeca have an average annual income of $879,000. There are over 17,000 people who live in this area, including Jessica Biel, Billy Crystal, Kelly Ripa, and Taylor Swift. Which neighborhood is your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below, and please do well to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Bye!